What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to another Indie Comics Talk. Thank you to everyone hanging out in the chat. Comics Talk Weekly, Travel and Root Beer. Caroline's also in the chat. And Wesley and Lewis Shadow Rabbit Clay Guy. And then, of course, the amazing artist of the cat variant, Anna Shadow Cat.
Woo-hoo.
So tonight we have with us the writer and artist of the best-selling in black and white comic in many years, You Promised Me Darkness. We have Damian Connelly.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
It's a good week. The comic released, mostly released.
We are going to start with the bad things.
But we do have, even with that, so much popularity, and I've seen all over the internet people talking about the comic, and it's had a really good release despite that, and it's gonna have
everyone's just more excited to get it next week. We're like, come on, man, I already wanted it. Now I want it.
Yeah. So we're very excited to still get
I think it was a plan from Behemoth. They had
make
all
it
plan.
Extra, make you want it more.
It's all part of the plan. To kick it off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started doing comics?
Oh, I started when I was 15 years. Oh, no, wow. 12 years. 12 years.
So young.
Yes. But, well, publishing, I started when I was 20. So I have a particular story because I was a writer for a long time, only a writer and editor, but publisher and writer. Mm-hmm. But I always draw. I always make drawings, but in about, I don't know. I am so bad with dates and numbers, but okay. I have a surgery in my right arm, the arm that I used to draw. I had 3 surgeries, and the last surgery I can't draw anymore. It was. And then I started to write. I made my first graphic novel called Devil Was My Woman. It's a graphic novel about a bluesman called Skip James. I don't know if you know him, but it's a cursed bluesman who disappeared in a period of time, with the artist. The artist is Berliak. Now he makes manga. It is another story.
Yeah.
We make an investigation about all the bluesmen. When I was recovering from my surgery, from my third surgery, and then I started to write, like 20 graphic novels here.
Wow.
Yes.
So those
a lot of.
Those are all.
There is a lot of. Yes. This year is going to. I'm going to publish in Spain.
Wow,
a new big graphic novel. Awesome. But this is my first comic as an integral author. This is the first comic I do as an integral author. all by myself. But there is Anna Shadowcat around there that helped me.
Doing the translation.
Is this translation, and she puts things in the dialogues, and I can do it without her.
And reading it all came across amazing, and like we were talking about backstage, reading it, you wouldn't be able to tell that it had any translation or language difference in the comic.
It was written in Spanish, but it also happens in United States. So there are terms and things that are the same. So I write all in Spanish to don't forget the focus of the story, and then Anna make the translation.
Awesome.
Yes, it's pretty natural. I mean, we work together for almost a year, and we talk a lot about the process. When I write something, I show her. It is a very nice process.
Awesome.
She also translates another graphic novel that Behemoth published, The Strange Disappearance of Barnabas Jones. We have another book in Behemoth. It came out in January. Yes, January.
I've seen that one, and it's on my list to buy from Behemoth. So
whenever it opens up,
now I gotta push that up my list to buy.
It is drawn by an amazing artist from Argentina named Kundo Crunch.
Oh.
Definitely gonna check it out.
Absolutely.
So, can you give us your kind of explanation
I think
the story?
I think you're gonna like it.
This is perfect timing. Astro
That's the same
Wizard
thing I
asked
said.
a question here.
Yeah, can you give us your definition of the story in like your own kind of words? What's it about?
I think might have just lost connection for a second.
I think I lost my sound.
Can you hear us?
Not again.
Try to do what we did last time and see if that works.
The technical difficulties of intercontinental YouTube.
This is the artist on The Strange Disappearance of
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but you can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah, okay. StreamYard technical difficulties. So last time before the show started, he exited out, popped back in, and we were good to go. So hang tight with us, guys, for a couple seconds, and we'll be back with him. We've got some great questions coming up and some interesting things to talk about for the book. But everyone, give a shout out to Anna Shadowcat, who's in the chat and did that awesome 1 in 5 cat variant in the bottom right corner there. Oh, here we go. I see him popping in.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Did it work?
Pros.
Here I go again. Sorry.
You hear us now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
The connection. It's the connection. The connection is bad.
That's all right. We'll work with that. We'll go back to
there was a
the
question.
Yeah. So basically, just for someone who hasn't read it, yeah, what is it about? Give us your little blurb.
Okay. Yes, it is horror. You can name it as a horror comic, but also it's a superpowers comic. It is a mix between that things. I call it a dark gothic story about people with powers.
Mm-hmm.
When I describe it, I describe it like that. That we have a lot of characters, so we can speak generally about how these powers came to the people, who are the main characters. But I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to
Yeah.
I don't want to make a synopsis.
Yeah, we tried to edit all of our
like
questions
that,
so
but
we wouldn't ruin anything.
I think we have one question that has a little spoiler, but it's not like a plot spoiler, just a funny thing that's in there.
I know. Well, basically, it is a story about powers that came from the Halley's Comet that passed over the orbit from the orbit of the Earth 75 years. Every time the comet passed through, people get power. In the story, we got two siblings with that powers that named Sebastian and Yuko. Sebastian can create fire, and Yuko can control the darkness. And they are always escaping from a guy called as calling. This is particularly funny because the name of the bad guy came through the people who are against everything, against the in the last year when I was writing, I have this character for a long time. But the bad guy, it was created during the pandemic, and I was seeing all those people against vaccines, against quarantine, against everything, and that's when the name of the character came. That is the anti everything. And the anti everything with his negative power absorb the power of the other people. So basically, is the two characters that are escaping, but we had a lot of characters too, like Sage, who is alien-faced storyteller, who is telling everybody the story of the siblings. We have a giant Doberman dog. We have a fortune teller who predicts the end of the world all the time. A lot of weird characters. It is complex to explain, I think, but it is. I was saying the other day in another show that the name of the comic is a play of words that comes from a statement that darkness is bad, darkness is terrifying, darkness is cold. But for some people, darkness is a refuge. It is silence. It is peace. So it is one thing that is the most important of the comic. Because I want when I was a child, well, a teenager, all the people asked me, why do you dress in black? Why always in black? Why always? And it is a joke about it. It is a joke about the thing, the way the people see you when you're different, and the way the people think what is bad, what is wrong, and what is right. No. And one of the main characters, Sebastian, needs the darkness to calm his power. His power is control, no control fire. So if he is close to the sun, the power is completely under over control. So that's what the name Yuko, the sister, promised him darkness. I think this is a pretty good close to this.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we definitely see that whole promise take place.
Yeah, it's a really good set of panels.
Yeah. And I like how the darkness is ever present in the art too, which is, I think, makes this book stand out a lot more, seeing that and the way the art is. So you're talking about the villain that idea came about during the pandemic. When did you get the idea for the rest of this comic, and how did you come up with the whole idea with the comet and the powers?
The general idea is something that I was doing all over the years since I was 21, 22. There are characters that I begin to draw, but I never get the time or never get my arm in a good condition to do it. So I put it in a box and wait. And the box continue growing, and one day the box is over me, and I needed to make it. Last year I was sorry. Yes.
You're good.
So there are concepts and characters and little things that I was writing all over these years, and finally came through the last year. It has a particular thing that the comic was redrawn because we did a digital edition here in Argentina with Ana Shanuko. But when Behemoth knows about the title, they wanted the digital version like it was, but it is my first comic. I don't want to see things that I redraw everything. And Nathan, the publisher, thinks I was crazy, but they give me the freedom to do it. So I redraw every pages.
Dang. How long did that take you?
Well, we might have lost audio. Damian,
can you hear us? Oh man, the Wi-Fi struggle.
It's all good. Let me send a private chat message.
I think I lost you again. Let me go and
do the refreshing. Shout out to everybody that's joined us in the chat. We've got Marvelous
thanks for hanging
Comics,
out.
Astro Wizard, What the Deuce, Homer's Tauntaun, Firehawk 2069, Just a Little Podcast, Jay Ramirez.
Lots of people jumped in.
I think Johnny was in here somewhere. Something Long, Heartless Weeb. I think that's everybody. And Damian's back. You hear us now?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how long did it?
We had 60 minutes.
Yeah, every 15 minutes is like, nope, you're done.
It's all right.
Yes.
So how long did it take you to redraw those pages?
It takes me. I started in October of the last year.
Okay.
So it takes me October, November. Sorry, like 7 months or 6 months. 6 months.
Wow. Okay.
I finally. Yesterday I found out the issue 5. That is a surprise because it was published like it was 4 numbers and it is 5 because
Nice.
there were too many pages.
That's awesome.
It's like
That's fair.
I don't know. Yes.
I mean, we're gonna read them all either way.
So thank you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned how you used the comment and everything. Did you find that having like those predetermined dates set throughout the book, like, was that helpful for you? Because I know you said yourself you're not too good at like remembering times and dates and like years that go by.
I do the investigation. I do the research, and I have all the dates sitting in my desk. Tell me how the dates where the comet passed through the year. I think we are not closer to one date, new one date. So I am going to be when it happens. It's a great story about the Halley Comet, the way the Halley men found it and everything.
Yeah. There's a question in the chat. So it was originally going to be this week, but it will be next week from everything that I've heard. But I think some shops did get it this week. So it's kind of a mix of what Diamond did. But by next week, you'll be able to pick it up.
The stores that had the exclusive covers, they are getting the issues, but the regular covers are too difficult. But the next week is going to be.
Yeah. So don't panic. Go to your store early, pick it up.
Call them, tell them you want it.
Yeah, get it reserved now. But yeah, so reading it, I noticed the narrator, Sage, has a very specific and unique voice. Like you can pick her voice out from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you develop the way that she talks and how she talks to the audience too?
Yeah,
she's breaking the fourth wall.
It was funny because it's like myself talking in sometimes. So it's a weird myself talking. So in Spanish, it's more weird even because there are words that Sage says that are not usually saying here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have I have a lot of work to Anna in that
yeah
in
I want to
that
really have to
character.
capture the voice.
But it's the most funny character to write.
Oh yeah, tons of fun to read.
And to draw.
I believe
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
To draw.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Absolutely. And once Sage gives like a description of how she is, I'm like, yep, okay. I don't want to spoil the way that the description is, but it's spot on. I love it. There we go. The
it is one of my favorite characters.
So I have a very specific, curious question for you. You put Gangnam Style in the comic, and I just want to know what made you pick that song.
No, you don't have to say that.
We won't tell them how or why.
Yeah.
The video is hypnotic. Do you remember the
oh,
video?
It was everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, I'm starting to pick up why.
I was thinking in a song that, it must be something that catch the people and then forget it about it. But and I was drawing one day, and I finally came to this character that was the same. It was I don't know how to say the word. It was equal to Sai, the songwriter, and everything gets mixed. It was weird. We can use the name in the comic anyway. We can use the name. We can say that Yes.
I loved it. I saw that, and I got a big old smile on my face when I saw that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just his it's his cousin that did a similar video. That's what it is.
He had powers also. That makes you dance all the time. It's a mind controller. Dance mind controller.
Yeah, I like it. And I think, without spoiling everything, I think that fits, what happens after that video comes out.
Pretty close to what happened.
So, what's for you? Who are your biggest influences in your writing and in your art?
In the writing, Grant Morrison, Neil Gaiman, Stephen King. More like today, I like a lot of writers. I like Chef Lemire. I like Warren Ellis. There's a lot of influence. I read a lot. I read comics all day.
That's good.
So
that's what we do.
I had a lot of. Yeah, that's the way we live in.
Do you have a favorite ongoing series?
Right now?
Right
now? Something is Killing the Children.
Yeah. Great book.
I really like that book.
It's definitely.
I don't have it in physical, but I
it's a really
I will really have it one day. In art, it is pretty obvious. Frank Miller, Paul Pope, David Mazzucchelli. There's a lot. Also, I had a lot of things from manga too. There's a lot of authors of manga that I really love, like Naoki Urasawa,
Yeah, one of the characters feels like a
there is-
very manga-esque character. The one on the cover.
Yes,
Right behind me.
I
Yeah.
love
With
the
the spider
Cordelia.
legs. The one with the spider legs and the octopi tentacles. Going down there.
the one on the cover. Ah, Cordelia. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She feels like a very
Yes.
something you would see in a
Yes.
manga.
It's very Shunshi. Yes, I like his comics.
Mhm. She's fun.
But
I'm a
my
fan.
favorite artist is Jose Munoz. Jose Munoz is my favorite artist. He's an Argentinian artist that works a lot in France. And I don't know if you know Alex Sinner. Alex Sinner is a very, very good comic. And the master of the masters is Alberto Breccia, and it is my most biggest influence, I think.
Awesome.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. So you did mention Grant Morrison. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. What? Sorry.
I was gonna say you mentioned Grant Morrison was one of your writing influences. So I was actually wondering if you're reading the new one that he's doing.
No, I don't read Morrison comics since I don't know.
So his older stuff is where the influence comes from. Okay.
Yes, I was thinking what was the last comic of Grant Morrison I read. I had to look to the
into the library.
But the last thing I read about Grant Morrison was Super Gods, the book he wrote. There's a book called Super Gods that is a really good book.
I'll have to check that one out.
Doom Patrol, Animal Man.
Doom Patrol's good.
This book is a glorious thing. Flexible title. There's a lot of Grant Morrison good things.
So
but I didn't.
I know the first issue isn't out yet, but what can you tell us about the story kind of upcoming? Without spoiling anything, because I know we've read it, but no, not everybody else has, unless you got an exclusive cover.
Well, it's mostly what I said before. It is a story about superpowers mixed with dark things. It is a horror superpower comic. We had a lot of character. We had a lot of plot lines. We had at the end of the war all over again. Pure black and white art that there is no usual in indie comics right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this is pretty much.
I'll say Behemoth's been doing a lot of black and white comics, which is really cool. And then this one ended up being the best selling since
Walking Dead or something like that.
Something like that is what I've heard.
Yes, this week one thing that happens this week is that the sellings grow more even.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so weird. This is so strange. Everything is strange. My goal with this comic was only publish it there and nothing more.
Just put it out, and everyone's ready for it. Everyone wants to read it.
Seems to be speaking to the audience a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a surprise for me. It's a surprise to that those numbers are incredible. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's buying them from, but
I should
Don't
vote
worry about it.
25 more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marvelous Comics.
I know at the distributor it sold out, and I think I saw something on Twitter from Behemoth saying we've got a second printing coming.
Yes,
That's a big
Monday
deal.
it would be in the printer with a
Are
new
you
cover.
doing the
always.
cover?
Yes.
Nice.
There's a new cover. I can only say that it is black and white, and the logo in another color. I don't want to say, but I can't say anymore.
Do you know when they'll release the art for it? A couple weeks, probably.
The next week, I think.
When it actually goes up
for sure.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure. I don't want to lie to you.
No, that's fair.
All right. We'll be looking out for it.
All the system there is very different here. We don't have that system, the distribution, or it is more complicated your system than but we don't have weekly comics, so it is very more different.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
We don't have issues here.
So you guys just get like the trades.
Graphic novels.
Wow. I would have never thought that.
Yes.
Which is
yes. Mostly the market is for manga here.
That doesn't surprise me.
Cool.
But I never would have guessed that.
Yeah. It just goes everywhere.
It's a monster.
So we were kind of talking about second printing, but also I was reading a little bit of that interview that's linked in your Instagram profile, and there's maybe a second arc coming and some more from the universe.
Spin-off, maybe a book about a cat that's really cool. If I beg hard enough. If I show cute pictures of my own cat.
The cat has a particular story. I can tell you right now, but I will tell you. Yes, there is a second volume. There's going to be the Behemoth. When they saw the sales of the first number, they automatically tell me we are going to do a second part.
Nice.
So the first arc, it's going to be close in certain way, but we had the story for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you already know what you wanted to do next by the time you were done?
At least I have 3 arcs.
Nice. Well, hopefully we get to read them all.
But let's see what happened with sales. Let's see what happened with the retailers. Let's see. Always is let's see.
Well, I hope it gets to, you get to tell the whole story that you want to tell with it and get all 3 arcs.
This is Mango, Anna. She's my sweet baby Mango.
Thanks.
My cat's in another room.
Yeah, she's old. She doesn't do much but hang out.
Yeah, my cat would be just tearing the room up right now.
But so are you working on anything else? I don't know
when it's my cat.
Free roaming in the house.
I am working in a lot of things, but I had to start the second arc the next month. So
pretty soon.
I am working in a couple of miniseries. I can say anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually how it is. People are just like, "Yep, that's it. That's all I can say." Yep,
Got something coming.
doing
But
some stuff and
that's
things.
it's exciting that you've got more
Public
ideas coming.
publishers will kill me.
But that just means we get to be excited to hear about that in the future.
Yeah. And you're welcome to come back and talk about it when you can.
Thank you.
Ideas.
I had ideas all the time. The Finnish have time to do the ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More ideas than time in the day.
Constantly coming up with stuff.
Yes.
So
totally.
With the way this year has been, there's not been any comic conventions anywhere, but hopefully, within the next year we start to see those return. Any plans to attend any either locally in Argentina or here in the States?
Or even like online. I know there have been some Zoom cons.
Virtual cons.
In Argentina, it is difficult. I don't know when the conventions are going to back, but I go into every convention but I don't know. In United States, I want to go since I was a child. So if the next year we have the chance, I'm going to
Fingers
make
crossed.
a good travel around the country.
Yeah, you and Nathan got to do a whole tour.
Yeah, they gotta
with
bring
beer and comics.
Sounds like a good time.
We'll find you at one
Texans.
of them.
I don't know. I would say that they are Texans. I don't know what is going to happen in a trip with them. I don't know.
Well, if they bring you into their home state, I'm over one state over, so I'll come to the convention that you're at.
I gotta fly in, but I'll go there.
Fly in.
Yeah, I gotta fly in, but I get there.
That's funny.
Argentina sounds so boring when you. No, Argentina is no boring. It's a fun place. It's a very fun place for my taste.
Yeah.
But
I imagine it's not
conventions in Argentina are what? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I think there's a delay. I was saying it's probably just not its typical self right now.
Yeah, being on lockdown, y'all probably aren't going to have them for a little while.
Yes. But conventions here are too good. We have a great convention called Crack Bam Boom that is managed by Eduardo Rizzo.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds fun.
We are missing that convention because it was a lot of people going through. A lot of guests from all the countries, and I missing that thing. It was what I missed the most the pandemic. Going to conventions, going talk to the people, make drawings, be there, hang out with
actually see people face to face.
The things are yes.
Next year, fingers crossed.
This is the thing I miss the most.
This is I feel like I've gotten more and more into comics during this year, and Caroline.
Yeah, I started reading comics during the pandemic. I was like, I need something to fill my time of hanging out and doing nothing and going nowhere because everything's closed.
So we're excited.
And luckily, our shops didn't close down. They didn't have to fully close down. They just limited people inside them.
Yeah. No, that's good. Hopefully, we get those cons back and bring some happiness back to the community.
They are saying the New York Comic Con is going to happen.
A lot of the big American cons are kind of pushing back towards the middle to end of the year because they're like, well, they're hoping that people are vaccinated enough that it's safe to be in public.
Yes, I think it was in October.
Baltimore's in October.
And then San Diego Comic-Con moved from summer to the end of November.
What is Thanksgiving weekend in America?
Which is very odd timing.
I think because they expect that means like college students will have off of school and so they can all go, and like people are on vacation, so they're already going to be willing to travel.
So kind of finding that time that would be like the summer time period in the fall.
Like you're already going to be off if you were going to bring your kids. Great.
That's true. Not a bad idea.
The real question is how limited is it going to be?
I guess that'll depend on how things are going at the time. So hopefully things are going a lot better at the end of the year. For
crossed, knock on wood.
Yes, please.
Don't be the anti-everything.
Right?
Don't be the anti-everything. Use your fucking mask.
Be the pro.
Even he wears a mask.
Yeah. Is there anything that you have coming up that besides the comic that you can talk about and you want to tell everyone about, or just got the comic right now?
Is it supposed to be a monthly release of each issue?
Yes.
Cool. Good.
Yes, we are going to finish in August, I think.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
I can tell anything about other projects, but there are some covers coming. I love to make covers. There are some covers coming. There are so many things, a lot of things.
Do you know, are we going to have a lot of covers for every issue like we did A, or are they kind of slimming down?
We have 3 covers per issue.
Nice.
Number 2 have 3 covers. Number 3 covers. That's it.
Nice.
The final issue have a very nice cover. I don't want to spoil anything.
We're gonna get any more cat covers?
Is
yes.
Anna doing any more covers?
Yeah. That's all I want in life. All the cat stuff.
If Shadow Cap is hearing this, look what you done. I just want to say that.
Thank you for doing it, Shadow Cat.
We need more covers from her.
All the cat covers.
Definitely.
Yes.
Are there any more store exclusives for the, I guess, future issues that you know of so far? Because I know we had a lot of
incentive covers. Marvelous is curious.
I don't know. It was weird too, because the comic book shops covers appears in one.
And you're like, what is this?
One there. Oh my god, what have I done? So I don't know. Maybe yes. I don't know. I don't really know, because things changing every day. So maybe tomorrow appears at number 2 cover, and I don't know.
Fingers crossed we get an incentive for it.
I am looking for a quest.
Pretty good one for one.
but that's the question I was answered. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and
about
I feel
these
like
active covers.
popularity could change those plans as they're set right now, right?
Yeah.
So
The more people want to get it, the more likely we are to get incentives and ratios and all the goodness.
yeah. Awesome. I'm looking forward to everything else with the series and getting the physical copy as soon as possible.
I can't wait to explore the rest of the like characters that we've met and that you've created.
Yeah, there's so many interesting characters and there's a lot of stories I feel like that you can tell with them.
Mm-hmm. They have
Great.
hearty backstories, and
it's
I am very excited.
It was such a shame that you can get the issues.
It'll happen next week.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for letting us see a little sneak of it beforehand so we could talk to you about it today.
5. Marvelous. 5 issues.
I'm reading the question and I get this.
Right, you said it was 5 single issues?
The first arc is 5 issues.
Yeah.
And potentially more.
There is a important thing. The page count. The page count is we always have a lot of pages in all the issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, better page count, more story. 5 issues. And hopefully,
I don't know how many pages are in total.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we get to see, each of the issues sell out and go to second prints and, keep the demand there for the story, because I think it's a great story that everyone should be checking out.
It's definitely a really unique universe.
Yes, right now we had to try to make the issue 2 more strong. I think this is the way I was telling you before about the distribution system. That is too difficult to get that the people get the second issue, because the retailers ask for certain kind of quantity of copies, and there you have to do a second print, and it is difficult. It's a difficult system.
Yeah, especially
not the first time we've heard that.
Being used to the trade paperback system, and then this whole thing's a whole different world, and trying to, sometimes there's some books that go to second print before the first issue even hits the stands, and then the stores don't even know, is this, how many did I order of the second print? I haven't even sold the first print. But it looks like, at least for this,
that's where I mean.
Yeah, we'll get the second print probably hitting orders after next week, so that'll be good. They'll be able to see the demand, see if they've sold out, and then order the second print.
Yes, let's hope that.
Yep.
Yeah.
This coming Wednesday, everybody.
This Wednesday, multiple shops now have confirmed that it's in their orders for this coming week. Yeah. So it's happening, everybody.
21st.
It's going to be a good week. Looks like.
Yes. I don't know when I'm gonna to see the comic printed here. Because it's too difficult with the mailing and things, but I can wait.
Are they putting it digitally anywhere, like on Comixology or anything like that?
Yes, but they wait certain time to put it on it. I don't know
Okay.
when. I think it's 2 months before, something like that.
Good to know.
Awesome. So I think we're kind of getting to the end of the interview here. Anything that you want to plug or tell people about? I've got your Twitter and Instagram links in the bio or the description below here. So everyone go follow Damian on Twitter, on Instagram.
All things.
Anything else that you want to tell everybody where to find you?
No, Twitter and Instagram are good. I use Facebook, but this is for all people. So, but
No.
you find me, and I think I am the only Damian Connelly in the world, so you can find me easily. I
One and
want
only.
to say thank you to you too, because it was since the comic appears, you were talking about it, you were spreading the
Yeah, I've been
voice.
excited.
So
I mean, I've read it and I'm
thank
still
you very
excited
much.
about it. So
I have to thank Nathan for that. Well, when we had him on here, we had talked about your book, we talked about other stuff, and he gave me a little like his own description of it, and I was like, sold, 100% sold. And I put it on my pull list. I was like, I want all the covers. And then we started talking on Instagram, and then I started seeing all the exclusive covers. And I was like, I want all those too. I just want this series.
mm-hmm.
So
all the cat covers.
We're both grateful for you for coming on here to talk about it.
And to Anna for hanging out.
Yeah, to Anna for the great cat cover, for being part of your team, doing the translations and everything. You guys are both great, both more than welcome to come on and talk about any other future books that you want to.
Mm-hmm. Or just hang out in general.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you get to come for cons, you know, we're gonna go get a drink or something.
Yes, is that a promise? I promise you a drink.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All the people always show with I promise you, I promise you, I promise you.
You promised me a drink. I
promise you the milk. I promise you a drink. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate all this.
I like it. I like it.
Good.
So thanks everybody who's been hanging out in the chat too and listening in and showing love for Damian and Anna and You Promised Me Darkness. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.
And everybody enjoy your Thursday evenings.
Yeah. Friday Eve.